good, everybody? Let me get some more folks up in here. What's up, 66 Black? 666P Black. What's good with you? Let's see here.
You already know. Yeah. Get into it. DJ always a Wave Gang Radio. We talking about man on the street, Mr. Polo. We rocking out. Co-star, pretty money. Yeah, you know the money pretty in the smoker in the wire. Yeah, I heard he run the city. Gang, gang. You already know what the squad do. Blood and everything. 2020, what we into. You already know the name. My team in just get the watch up. Ask around. I'm a ink spitter. Yo, get a flow spitter. Pinch hitter. Rim spinner. DJ Ladybug is the plug. Keep it low tenor. Back on my intros, you all know the info. Just call me Monty on everything tenfold. Wave Gang Radio. We talking about anything BRC. We gon' air it out. Wave Gang Radio. We shouting out. Anybody coming with the drama, we gon' clear it out. Wave Gang Radio. We talking about anything BRC. We gon' air it out. Wave Gang Radio. We shouting out. Anybody coming with the drama, we gon' clear it out.
No, there's one more.
You're rocking with King Troll. And I'm your boy, just call me Monty, aka King Gigawatt. Just call me Monty. Back with an intro to make your head turn. Wave Gang, making it happen. When will they ever learn that we stay strapped with the heat? Small mass burn, and I'm just here to assist. Like Steve Nash, turn back? Nah, never. I'm a goat with the intro. King Troll, EPL.
Yep, what up? Papa Zombie, what up? Ariman, it's only natural.
It's battle rap, and when it comes to that, we don't talk exclusive battle league. And they beat us.
No, she's not coming in here. We're good. Don't be quiet, time.
We out here. See, I move different. Just say the word. Only David with that slingshot throwing them angry birds. Here's King Trigger. I'm just talking, so pay attention. This is just the intro, but me snapping with my decision. Wave Gang all day. Yeah, you heard what I said. Anybody sleeping on us, we gon' put them in bed. Wave Gang all day. Yeah, you heard what I said. Don't get it twisted, tread like you got something to tread. Wave Gang all day. Yeah, you heard what I said.
It's Monty. It's Monty. Monty is fire. Yeah.
You heard what I said. Don't get it twisted, tread like you got something to tread.
Oh, what's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? It's your Uncle EAJ, always your mother's brother and your grandmother's good-looking son and your grandmother's good-looking son. Let's talk about it, man. See, maybe sometimes when you're new, you don't understand the nuances of how this whole thing works. Maybe you don't understand how blocking and flagging works. Maybe you don't understand what a block is or a content strike or a flag is. So maybe you might jump out the window because you're misreading something and not understanding quite what you said. But be that as it may, you know I'm Wave Gang. I've been Wave Gang since the very start, and what we don't do is flag people. Like, flagging is almost like, I don't want to say it's like pedophilia, child molestation, or rape, but the jacket is not a nice jacket. We just don't do it, especially with enough of, so what would I say, balancing the tide that we do as the Wave Gang is concerned. So when it comes to the whole flag on the channel, I dish out smoke. I'm not afraid to get smoke from anybody. I'm just not. So I don't have to flag any channels. But me and Shawnee have worked out whatever's going on behind the scenes. But when it comes to flagging and talking about my reputation or my integrity as a creator, no, I don't do none of that. There's plenty of people that take my content. I don't even flag those people. I could content strike those people. Now, what I did do to Shauna is I did block her and mute her off of my Twitter page. Yes, I did. She wished me death. So I went real hard on Twitter. And I was going to broil flame her on my channel today. Whoo, I'm talking about I was editing. I had I was on some. I was. I'm telling you, if Leonardo da Vinci had got called in the middle of creating the Sistine Chapel, or was that Michelangelo? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. And they was like, hold up, we don't like that design. We want to do something else. And he erased half of that shit. He was like, all right, I got you. So she got the governor's reprieve right when I was finna walk her down the Green Mile. On everything, I was finna walk her down the Green Mile. On everything. Me and Al McHole was finna walk her the slow walk of shame. But I would say that would be uncharacteristic of me, but there have been times in my whole blogging little thing that I have walked some folks down that hallway. But be that as it may, not wanting to give any more light than it's already gotten, I said I'm cool on it. But she dropped a video saying that I was flagging channels. I don't do that. I don't have time to flag channels. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have time to. I'm not going to stop any one of these people from making their money on YouTube. Now, if you something else besides, this little battle rap stuff, some type of racist, some type of pedophile, some type of child molester, some type of weirdo or something like that, you get what you get. You know what I'm saying? But as far as people out here dishing out smoke, calling people bitches, hoes, any of that kind of stuff, not trying to fly nobody's channel like that. None of the nonsense like that. But check it, I'm going to let y'all hear some of the video. And I'm telling you, I should have just. Shut up. But I didn't. It's merciful. Like Mailman said, it's EJ Caesar the merciful. You know what I'm saying? And I was going to take it down a slow walk. But it seems like sometimes when I come very, like, I don't have an off switch. It's either on or off. It's 2 to 10. So if I feel like it's a loyalty problem, especially if I help you, if I feel like that, I'm going super hard. So I feel like that you're coming at me personally, trying to be malicious to my channel, to my brand, to my integrity, to who I am as a man. I feel like you're insulting my manhood. We're going to have a problem. I'm going to come at you just like you was sitting across from me, just like this camera is. You know what I'm saying? So be that as it may, sometimes, what was it told me? Comparison is the thief of joy. So you want to watch comparing yourself to others because you'll take away what you're trying to get. So I felt like the whole reason that Shawnee was even coming at me was because of a situation I had with Delicate Jewel on the channel. That's neither here nor there. But a wise person told me, don't argue with a fool because they'll bring you down to their level and they'll beat you because they have experience. And I'm not saying Shawnee is a fool, but I'm saying from the outside looking in, it looks like a big old ass mess because it is. But be that as it may, I'm not one to let y'all down. Hold on 1 second.
Let's go, y'all. What's good, everybody? Yo, really, EJ, really, you motherfucker, really, you really gonna fucking flag my channel? But you calling me all kind of bitches, you calling me all kind of everything, cum rags, all kind of shit you saying to me. But motherfucker, now you gonna flag my motherfucking channel, nigga? Cause now I'm getting back at you. What, you thought I was gonna sit down and shut the fuck up? Absolutely not, nigga. You got me fucked the fuck up. And guess what? Really? Give a fuck about you, anything that you do. I don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. Fucking personal, you fucking sensitive ass motherfucker. How dare you? How dare you? I don't even know why me and you argue. We was cool. You came at me, motherfucker. Me and fucking King was arguing. I don't even know why the fuck you jumped in it. Mind your motherfucking business. Damn.
Wave Gang is my business.
That's your dog. I'm your side bitch. Nigga, if I'm the side bitch, you the side nigga. What the fuck? Fuck out of here. With that fucking bullshit. Me and him done already fucking did. We done already kicked it. We done already decided to let the shit go.
You goddamn right, Barry Sanderson. Barry Sanderson. Hold. What the hell?
Fucking taking it into your own head.
Hold on, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, Avocado wasn't the major culprit. The person who was being a racist asshole in the videos is named by the name of 24/7, the battle rapper who is also in this culture. But when I find out that this battle rapper is also a school teacher, why in the hell should he be teaching my kids his ideology about race? Why in the hell should he be teaching a bunch of Florida kids who are a lot of different races about racism? Why should he get to do that? Hmm? Go be a battle rapper. Go start a YouTube channel. Go be a trash man. Go share your ideology with a bunch of other dudes who believe the same bullshit that you do. But don't try to go teach the kids. You know what I'm saying? Right? Don't teach the very kids that you say the fathers aren't spending time with. Right? And then even Real Deal, who's a school teacher himself, talked about being a school teacher in a mainly uh, person of color district and the things that the parents and the fathers do in those districts. So if Mr. 24/7 is the same type of teacher in the same type of school districts, he saw the same type of things that Real Deal said, which further infuriates the hypocrisy of someone to sit there and say everything that they were saying. Maybe he said them when they were old. I don't know when he said them. The intent was not to get him fired, but he needs sensitivity training. Someone needs to call him to the card about what he said. He needs to speak to human resources. Yes, the hell he does. Don't watch. Anyway, we shall continue.
When y'all little niggas get your ass whooped by y'all boss or y'all daddy or y'all leader, y'all be alright. Man, y'all motherfuckers is weirdo this bitch, man. Stop flagging channels, motherfucker. I thought the wave ain't flag channels, man. That's what Money said. The wave ain't flag channels. EJ, you just flagged the fuck out of me. That shit ain't funny either. That shit ain't cool. That's not cute. Have a nice night. I'll talk to y'all in like maybe tomorrow or the next day. I think they said 24 hours, some shit like that. But I'll talk to y'all in a minute. Fucking shirt. How dare you flag my channel? I ain't fucking with you.
I'm not fucking with you, Barry Sanderson. Who do I think I am? I'm me.
Off, but I ain't flag your ass, but you gonna flag me? That's
who do I think I am?
Shit.
Who do I think I am? I'm me. Who does 24/7 think he is? He thinks he's a teacher. You mad? You mad? What you mad about? You mad that I put my foot on his neck for 8 minutes? Is that what I did? Did I shoot him in the back 7 times, bro? Did I choke him out over some looses in front of a cigarette? Did I shoot him after he was being a concealed carry person in front of his kids? Did I do that? Did I do any of that? Did I give out his address? Did I give out his social security number, his driver's license number, any of that? Right? With being a public figure comes public responsibilities. If he was a politician, if he was anybody else with the same amount of dirt that just came out on the video, they would do him the same exact way. So don't give me that back. Who do I think I am? I'm just an ordinary citizen trying to help keep these idiots from teaching our children. How do you even try to rock with that? Dude, I swear to goodness. How do you even try to rock with that? If you dox, you flag, period. Nah, not the same, son. Not the same at all. Not the same at all. Good try, though. Good try, Mr. Barry. That will not work here, though. That will not work at all. I don't know who sent you the troll. I don't know if it's 24/7, but I'm telling you, that will not work here. You'll lose every time. You'll lose trying to stand up for any type of bigotry, any type of racism, period. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. So you feel butthurt because I put his school address up there and because some people faxed and some people called because they were concerned citizens? Isn't that what you do? Isn't that the same thing what you do when you protest? Do you realize that people like the Sons of Liberty back in the 1700s used to actually walk up to the governor's house or the mayor's house, pull them out, take them in the street and tar and feather them because they wanted them to change laws? Is that what I did to him? Did I get pitchforks and axes and walk up to his porch or slap him on the street? Is that what I did to him? No. He shared with us about 2 minutes of him being a complete asshole and acting like it was normal in front of his friends. If he just wanted to be a battle rapper and go rap on KOTD, he doesn't get the time of day from me. I don't say anything about him. But since he feels like it's okay to then take his ideologies and go down to a school and teach children, I'm sorry, I'm not cool with that. I'm older than a lot of y'all. I pay taxes. I vote. These type of people will not be teaching the schools. Just like if it was some racist ass black dude talking about white people ain't shit or any other type of stupid shit like this, I would do the same thing. Oh, EJ, you're a liar. You're a liar. No, I have a half white daughter. So who am I hating on? Hmm? Who am I hating on? You, sir, need to do a little bit more learning. You know, don't sympathize. Try to empathize, which I know you can't do. You can't put yourselves in the shoes of anyone black. You can't put yourselves in any type of empathetic mood to feel the same way that we felt after someone that we felt like that we trusted betrayed us. And it wasn't him actually saying the jokes. It was 24/7 right next to him saying the jokes. I didn't make a video about him. I didn't say his name on video. Put it on Twitter. I got a couple of hundred followers. Somebody else picks that up. It's not my fault. Remember, he didn't think no black people would watch it. So he shouldn't have thought no black people would ever call his school or ever fax his school or ever email his school or ever tag his school in tweets. That's what he should have thought too. Sorry, that didn't work. That's a bet. 666 black. But anyway, this was about flagging channels. You want to say doxing. We're not talking about the same thing. We're talking about some petty arguments between some people in a community that's so small that probably 99.9% of the world does not care. But we're talking about somebody who's talking about a percentage of the world that affects everyone. And in the climate that we are, when a gentleman by the name of Mr. Blake just got shot in his back 7 times in front of his children, when George Floyd was just choked and viciously murdered in front of the whole world, and we watched it in slow mo. This is not that. This is not that. Avocado is taking his medicine for what he did and for his part and laughing at it and making it cool. He's owning his. So we're not gonna sit here and hold Avocado to the fire and not hold 24/7 to the fire. We're gonna do all that. We're gonna do all that. Sorry. That's a fact. Follow me on Twitter, because then maybe more people will follow me. So the next time that I do something like flag a racist channel, y'all can help me push it forward. Let's see. I don't want to miss you though. Let me see. I don't want to miss you. Let me get your comments in here. I miss you. Where you at? Where you at? Let's see. So go after. So go after every battle rapper with a job who says something you don't like. You're an opportunist. I'm an opportunist. Did I get some views from that? Did I get money from that? Where's the opportunity? Was there some clout in retweeting something? I got the info from Marissa's Frog. All I did was retweet it. Is there some clout in that? Did I go viral on Twitter and I got like Mike P type numbers? Is that what happened, sir? Get out of here with that, man. Opportunist. You know how much stuff I know about a whole bunch of everything that I never speak on? Opportunist? You got the wrong one for that. Nice try, though. What's up, S. Jamal? Says good evening, ladies and gents. Yeah, and I'm not trying to dirty anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like people have different beliefs. They believe different things. That's cool. You have your right to your ideology. You can go have your little clubs all by yourself, and you and your boys can sit around and have beers and talk about black folks, and talk about Hispanic folks, or whatever. I don't give a damn because I don't want to be in your club. That's not public info. Make all your Facebook with all your hate groups that you want to and talk about how black folks done stole your jobs. Do whatever the hell you want to do. I don't care. But if you think that you're going to be a public servant, or you're going to work in a daycare, or you're going to work in a school, same thing goes from child molesters and pedophiles. You're going to have them round our children to teach them that mess. Why would I have somebody around to teach racism? Are you not watching the social climate of everything that's going on here? Everything that's going on around you, and you're talking about him. Poor 24/7. Please, y'all crazy. Lack of action is still an accountable action. That is a fact. Like I said, if you really for the culture, if you really are cool with black people and people of color, when that guy was sitting there saying off color remarks, you got a couple things that you can do. You can tell him, cut it out. Shit ain't cool. That didn't happen. You can say, that's not cool. You can leave. That didn't happen. You can hit 24/7 in his eye. That didn't happen. What happened was 24/7 and Avocado were complicit in the jokes that 24/7 were making about black people and people of color and black baby fathers and Shotgun Suge and Averb and a whole bunch of other folks. And at the other time, the guy on the right was visibly uncomfortable at these two idiots making black jokes. I don't know, probably 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I don't worry I don't worry about them. They'll get fried over here because I'm not trolling. I'm just simply doing my citizenly duty. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry if I saw some dude beating up his wife in the middle of my front yard or in the middle of the street. I'm either gonna try to break it up or I'm sorry, I'm calling the police. Now, if they fighting this out, I ain't got shit to do with that. You gonna come out in public and act a fucking fool? Somebody's gonna say something about it, bro. Y'all need to quit being weird. Don't just support these people just because they battle rappers or just because y'all look at them on camera. Don't support me just because you see me on camera. That's not enough. Some of these people's character comes into question. And just because you see them for 5 minutes on an interview, or just because you see them say some rounds in front of people 3 minutes long, that's not an indication of who they really are. What's an indication of what you really are is time. Time reveals who you really are. And the circle of people that you keep around you. And even when Avocado apologized, he still referred to him as his friend. Right? You clearly know that everything was going wrong. You know that everything that he was saying was out of pocket. You don't agree with it anymore, even though you come from a family of racists and racist generation, and you had racist thoughts. And somehow, when you started losing those racist thoughts, was somehow along the same time when you had that conversation 6 years ago, and around the same time that you started working for the very black URL and smack rappers. Come on, we know the narrative. We're not from the outside looking at it. We're inside looking at it. It comes in all shapes and all forms. That's why it's called racism. It's an ism. It's a system of ways to keep you down, to keep you oppressed. It's not just one thing. It's not just one person saying something. It's not just one law. It's not just one person. It's a system. You follow me? So if you're going to combat the system, sometimes you don't necessarily attack people. You have to attack the system. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes when you don't have a tank, you just shoot the slingshot rocks you got. So with the slingshot rocks I got, there is someone who clearly has a problem with black people, black fathers, and he is teaching children. Now, if I said to you, if there was someone who was a pedophile that was teaching children, you wouldn't have a problem with me putting out the info where he works. So I could warn the people where he works about a pedophile working for them. Or if he was a rapist. Or hell, if he was black and had a felony. If he was Hispanic and had a felony. You wouldn't have any problem with that, Mr. Barry. Hmm. Y'all, y'all, wow, man. The guy on the right, Twitter name is Body Bag Now. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Because that's what it takes. It doesn't take anybody, my ethnic group or my background, to say anything about discrimination, about racism, about oppression. It takes the people who are doing the oppression, or excuse me, not the people who are doing the oppressing, the people who come from the ethnic group or the people in power doing the oppressing. Now, me, myself, I don't even narrow it down to just the ethnic group because people in power are elite. They're doing the oppression. I don't care. If you're poor, if you don't have what they got, you're not them, you're not elite, you're under the foot. They're going to make money off you. That's what's going on. That's why it's a system. But, I know, I understand some of this might be above y'all's comprehension. Well, not y'all, but maybe yours, Mr. Barry. What's going on, Don Dipsash? How you doing? That's what's up. Like to be frank, off subject. 666P Black 666. I be seeing working. Moderator skills is off the chain, and he rocks with some people that I don't necessarily rock with. But I modded him up. He be doing his stuff. This I can't even knock a man who does his work. Can't even do it. What's going on, Delicate Jewel? Don Dips Osh says racism is instilled in a person, and that's exactly what he admitted inadvertently in his response. See, this is what y'all have to understand about things like television, about things like the internet, about things like radio. All of these things are referred to by producers and engineers as programming, right? It's programming, right? So if you spend all your day being alt-right, or if you spend all your day being super left on your phone or on the internet, that's all you're going to get lambasted with all day. It's going to make you go further left or further right, right? When in reality, most people are in the middle. Conservative about some things, liberal about other things. In reality, most presidents, when they get into office, they either start way right or way left, and they end up being somewhere down the middle. Don't get caught up in the BS. Don't get caught up in race. Don't get caught up in wealth. Don't get caught up in classification. Those are things that are made to divide people. That's all they're intended for. And if you get caught up on why you're black and you're not white, and why you're white and why you're red, you're gonna miss the whole thing. You're gonna miss the whole thing. The bottom line is everyone, whether my color, every spectrum higher and every spectrum lower, wants basically the same things. We want decent and adequate food and shelter. We want to be able to raise our kids in a peaceful environment. We want to be able to pass something on to them. We want to be able to work and earn for the merit of our work. We want a little piece of the earth. That's all anybody wants. Everybody wants the same thing. But y'all want to talk about who's Catholic and who's Christian and who's Muslim and who's Hindu and who's black and who's white and who's tall and who's short and who has long hair and who has blue eyes and who has brown eyes. None of that shit matters. But if you stay focused on it, it's going to matter to you. The older you get, you realize that doesn't matter. A lot of the little young, dumb shit that you paid attention to doesn't matter. There are bigger things to focus on in life. Like the true measure of one's success and one's wealth is not how much money you have or how many things that you can buy. It's actually your children, your land, commodities, which are things that you can trade for money, which is a fiat thing. It's not even a real thing. Go look up commodity versus fiat. I don't have time. But children, land, that's commodities. Yen, euros, dollars, fiat. That's money, that's paper stuff. It's a representation of commodities. So when you realize that the things that you should be focusing on aren't the things that you can buy that don't really have any damn value. There are things that have value, like family, like life, like time. Right? And if you're just being fair, if you really want justice or if you want equality, then you want that for everyone. You don't want it for just blacks. You don't want it for just whites. You don't want it for just the short. You don't want it for just the tall, the blue-eyed, the blonde-eyed, the long hair, the curly hair. You don't want it for just them. You want it for everyone. That's why it's equal. That's why it's equal. Now, if you want this whole big charade because you want revenge, I'm not on your team. I'm not in the business of saying, hey, I've been oppressed by you so long. I think what I should do is oppress you. No, because I wouldn't be in the business of say, if you were a pedophile and molested my kid, I think that I should molest your kid. That sounds fucking stupid. What I want is justice. What anybody should want is justice. What anybody with a logical mind should want is justice. What anybody with a logical mind should be able to do is weigh two different sides of an argument and come to a logical conclusion that's not based on your emotion or based on your biases. Some can do that, some can't. Not to say that I don't have bias, but in the midst of trying to understand a logical argument from both sides, you have to empty your cup. You have to be able to hear what's being said on both sides of the argument, right? A lot of times people don't even hear what's being said from the argument. They're just ready to give their response. Listen a little bit, learn a little bit, learn that most of the differences between most people are just culture, right? You came up a little different. You like ketchup. I like mustard. You like mayonnaise. Little soul stuff. But I guarantee you, if you die in, you're going to get plasma from any human being on the planet if it helps you live. It's all going to be the same. Why? Oh, when you do start like scientifically checking through DNA, everybody's kind of related, like at least 1/50th. Maybe I think it might be as low as 1/60th. But anywhere in that range from about 1/20 to 1/60, you're all related. I don't have time to teach phenotypes and scientific shit that some of y'all should already be looking up or already should know. But I'm telling you, don't get caught up in bullshit, right? Don't get caught up in that. Don't let people divide you. It's senseless. I'm missing all these comments. What I got? What I got? Avocado was done. Uh, Black, here's what I said about that. And I'm not into what they would call a canceling culture because everybody deserves a second chance. But here's the spin. You may deserve a second chance. You may have done me wrong and deserve a second chance. But you don't get that second chance with me. Not for me. You do somebody else wrong, maybe they give you 3 or 4 chances, depending on the gravity of the scenario. But for me, racism, pedophilia, child molestation, rape, all that kind of stuff, sorry, you're not getting your second chance from me. You want to go to prison, do your time, go through rehab, do all that, that's on you. You're not getting your second chance to do it to me. That's just how I feel. That fruit has molded, Joe. Delicate Jewel sends her salutations. We need to have a conversation on what we can do to make sure these type of things don't happen again. Like I think right now, with everybody inside, with everybody now feeding themselves the same information over and over again, you're not feeding yourselves objective information. For one, if you keep looking at the same source, it's going to continue. Like I said, continue to feed you more conservative or more liberal arguments. So much that it has now become synonymous that if you're conservative, you're white, and if you're liberal, you're black. Y'all do understand there are a lot more issues than just a race issue when it comes to Democrats and Republicans, right? There's some fundamental issues that have to do with the words, say, conservative and the word, say, liberal. So most conservatives believe that government should stay out their fucking business. Well, that's the way it's set up right now. Depends on what part of history where they want to flip it around. Because traditionally, before the 1960s, most black people were Republicans. Look it up. Republicans. Hmm? Most of you didn't know that, huh? You just thought it came out the womb spitting blue, huh? Personally, I think that anybody that can't take an argument or take a candidate and judge for themselves on whether they feel like that candidate best represents them, and you want to eliminate somebody just because of a particular side that they stand on, would be as foolish as me not taking help if I'm drowning, if I'm a member of a crip gang, it's a blood gang offering in his hand. It's dumb. Super dumb. Grandiose Shada. Wade, what's up? What's up? That's a fact. 666 Black is the truth. Uh, I got my passport ready. Passport gang can't stand this country. There's, since the Marcus Garvey movie, there have been people who have been talking about, um, going to other countries, even as far back as Liberia, where, blacks were leaving here and going over there. But if you find that systematically that the powers that be kind of control a lot of stuff, so you can't just go somewhere else. You got to do something about where you're at. Cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not, man. If y'all ever watch, what is it, Game of Thrones, and you saw the countries and all the kingdoms fighting against each other, but in the middle was the central bank, and they really kind of financed wars and did all that kind of stuff. Think about it. Polo, Mr. Suburbs, shout out to Hugo. What's up, Polo, Mr. Instigator Suburbs? Preem says, how you doing, Miss Delicate Jewel? Delicate Jewel is sending salutations to everyone in the chat. She always does. Come to London, typically police don't hold guns. Yeah, I think they just hold like billy clubs or whatever. Like, you're just gonna get a nice ass whooping in London. Which I can take. I can take an ass whooping over dying. Take that. You can heal up from an ass whooping. You might should not should have got it, but you can heal up from, like, I've gotten ass whoopings from my mom and my dad that I necessarily wasn't supposed to get at that time. You heal up, you'll stop crying, you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But the senseless killing, you know what I'm saying, to discriminately decide, when you're going to be the judge and the jury, that's not your branch of government. Your branch of government is to enforce the law. Let's see. Preem, shout out to you, though. We still have systematic racism, though. That's a fact. Like, all the way to the laws, all the way to trying to stay where you want to stay, even if you have enough money to stay in a particular location. They'll funnel you to a more colorful part of town. Black still at work. Wow, 39 children in Georgia just got found. Now, y'all don't even realize, bro, like, even when I was a kid, I remember being terrified, not of the gangs outside or not of the robbers outside. I used to be terrified of this guy that was in Atlanta. And they called it, I think it was in the 80s, it was called the Atlanta Child Murders. And these children were coming up missing and then being found dead. You know what I mean? I remember my parents always trying to check with me and find out where I was. And I just wanted to hang out on the block or whatever. But yeah, I remember that vividly as a kid. Like, it would make my heart beat fast watching the 6 o'clock news when you would find out, because they would come in with the big bulletin and the big break, and show the little missing black child. And usually you didn't see like black child go missing. They didn't broadcast it, but it was so many that came up missing. It was crazy. But the BRC is forgetful as hell when it comes to things that actually matter. That's an absolute fact. I think eventually, I love the BRC, and I'm still going to always do my battle rap stuff, but I think I will be on a platform that lets me address a wider group of people and cast a wider net as far as the things that I feel and feel that actually need to be heard. And you're right, when it comes to art, people always tend to forget when their heroes do things wrong. Someone should say, like, the worst thing that can happen is when you meet your hero. Someone that you looked up to, that sings, that dances, that acts, that raps, or just a mentor of yours, and you get to be around them enough to realize that they have flaws. It can be really damaging to a person. I think cancel culture is simply accountability culture. The negative connotation attached to cancel is why most don't like the term. Ultimately, it's all about being accountable. Don Dips, I hear what you're saying, but in the act of being responsible, if I'm completely canceled out, how do I ever show that I'm responsible for the action that I committed? I understand in the case of where they're finding people that are doing multiple things, when they find out they've, raped 17 women or drugged 13 women or harassed, and they're habitually doing, these things. But, even some people do some of the most heinous things, and um, they they find their way back, so to speak. And not necessarily in the same community or the same audience, but they find a way to contribute to society. So, but I do ultimately believe what you're saying, that yeah, it is basically being responsible for how you always act. You know what I'm saying? It's easily to be, um, above board on camera, but how do you act when you're in power and you have control over people? You know what I mean? How do you act when you're the influencer and you can basically with a pen stroke make or break someone's career? How do you act then? That's a fact. Man, salute to everybody that tuned in. I didn't even intend for this to be this long. Let's see here. Still giving the biz. Yet I don't think anyone should be harassed or something said 6 years. Yet I don't think no one should be harassed for something said 6 years ago, but it definitely should be addressed. Yeah, I don't know. Harass is a strong word. When you got hung, when people are still being hung, um, when people are still being murdered and killed for being protesters. Um, I think there's an accountability to that. That if you're going to be responsible for some things you did that were wrong, then you need to be responsible for them overall. Um, that being said, like I said, harass is like I said, because someone's a pedophile or a rapist, and we're looking for justice. Like I said, to say that we're harassing is a tight fit, but I understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. Salute to Timberland TV. What's good with you? Passport ready, but no one wants people from the U.S. right now. That's a fact. You can't go nowhere. You can't even go on vacation. The trip is like $200. You can go to like Trinidad. They're like, no, we don't want to right now. You can get dual citizenship if you purchase property in that country. Yeah, but you have to be careful because now when you get dual citizenship, a lot of stuff that you come back and sign for here, they're basing in that like if you have dual citizenship, they don't want to give you stuff here once you do that. Game of Thrones was decent, yo. Watch season 5 through like 7, yo. That's worth watching the whole thing, bro. Like the first season, man, the first season was raw. Like you thought old boy was gonna be there for the whole mix, and he was, mash some like buttons. Yep, gotta protect the kids, man. That shit in Georgia, that is crazy. I ain't gonna say that, Ari, man. Like I, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't read the books because I don't have time. Reading them books is kind of like reading Genesis when he was like, and Jacob begat him, and he begat him, and he begat him, and he was the brother of him, and he was. Oh God, I made my hair. I ain't got time for it. You can only like read through that shit like once. Um, Little Ti, it will break your heart to see your favorite rapper lame as hell. Yep, that's a fact. Wow, URL blocked me on caffeine for calling Geechee a cool. Yo, bro, caffeine is like so whitewashed. It's not YouTube, y'all. You can't say what you want to say. They're gonna put you up out of there. They got like some little. If you think people could flag, they got people that's watching the channel with you in the comments that are like certified or already whatever you call it, waiting you for to say anything disparaging about anybody else that's certified. You're gonna be up out of there. It's not YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You can't go rewatch it. It's like as a platform, I'm not sure it's gonna stick around. I'm not sure it's gonna stick around. Let's see. Caffeine's face off is live now. Mm, what is your views on using racist bars during the battle? What if I tell you a famous Arab rapper said, "I'll blow myself up if God created you" in Arabic when battled a black person in his home? If a famous Arab rapper said, "I'll blow myself up if God created like you," when battled a black person in his home. Um, I mean, if you want to use something that's disparaging against your own people, that's you. I found it personally uncomfortable, even when black battle rappers say, disparaging things about white people in they battle rappers. I feel like given the same set of circumstances that if the white battle rapper said the same thing, this going to be a fight. You know what I'm saying? So I've always felt like that if you've been given the leeway to talk about somebody's mom and how they look and how they dress and where they're from, you can leave that race up out of that shit. Jack Leon, racism is different. What did you do to not be racist anymore? I don't think it doesn't just go away. No, I don't think it goes away. It takes interaction with a group of people. It takes learning about the people that you so-called have the hate, because a lot of times the hate stems from something that you learned from someone else. Nobody comes out of the womb hating people. Like I see little kids, 1 and 2 years old, that play together all day long. Then they learn how not to like black kids and learn how not to like white kids and learn that kids are different and to make fun of them. What part of we have been oppressed for 400 years don't y'all understand? We earned the right to harass him. Yeah, like I'm not gonna say you earn the right to do like some of the Black Lives Matter when they just go in and openly just harass random white people. I ain't cool with that. But if you're a racist or you say racist comments, you the one you poured up that bowl of cereal. You just put milk in that shit. Far behind. I don't know what's even getting laughed at. Let's see. How they block you from the whole app with just URL caffeine. Let me see. Let me see. I missed something. There's too many people in positions of power that are racist. I mean, um, it's a skew on words and the ism of words and racism and positions of power and people who say you can't be racist if you're a person of color. Um, I believe you can be racist, but you can't practice racism because most of the time we're not in the positions of power in order to influence someone who's Caucasian or whatever. So let me see what else we got. Whoa, sorry to hear about that. Glad you recovered. You can't get you can't get top secret and secret security clearance as dual citizen. Yeah, they like you almost screaming you want to be a double agent looking ass. Yeah, they be waiting for the regular YouTubers. You know how we do, man. We go in comments, we troll, we say some fly shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing none of that. That's the everybody gets a ribbon platform. Outside of YouTube, Twitch, Caffeine, what are other some of the other? Instagram is pretty damn wide open, sir. And Facebook is starting to allow some live streaming, and I believe Snapchat is going to start live streaming, and you can also go live on TikTok. Oh, created me like you. I feel you. Meaning he will blow himself up if God created him black. Oh, still, I still, I feel like you can leave that type of stuff out, but you know, URL chat only. I deleted the app. I'm not knocking him, but not for nothing. I had the URL app from when it came out until probably like about a month after Caffeine came out because I realized if I'm just going to watch all the battles on Caffeine except for two that get aired at whatever time, I might as well wait till I see it on some other platform. It's not really worth my $8. $3 more and my kids get to watch Disney, so I can write URL, so I can write Disney bars. Like nobody even thought about like, why do you think they're writing Disney bars? They're with their fucking kids. They're watching Aladdin and Sleeping Beauty and Mulan and Lilo and Stitch and Baby Shark. Idiots. Yes, he opened the door up for scrutiny. That's a very good word. We don't want to harass him. We don't want him jumping off a building. We don't want him killing himself. But we do want him to be a little bit sweaty in that office. And they tell him he's going to have to go take sensitivity training. And if he doesn't, then he's going to have to resign his position because he should not be teaching children. That's what we want to happen. They supposed to came up to an agreement with the owners for change. Hmm. You said how I say Mulan again? I don't even know how I said it, bro. Every once in a while, the Southern Texas will come out. Ain't gonna tell her how I said it, man. I ain't gonna tell it, man. I mean, hey, sensitivity training, Don Dips. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like I said, I would never wish anyone for just saying some off-color jokes to lose their job. Like I wouldn't even call him. Say he was practicing racism. Yeah, he said some off-color jokes. Yeah, he's a racist to me because that's the way he believes. You know what I'm saying? But he does need to learn the difference. He needs to learn some of the struggles of the people who have innately, for 300 or 400 years, have laws and all type of systems placed against them so they couldn't advance, and that they're also getting that you're getting fed programming and propaganda by the media about this particular demographic. No rich white people care about what we going on. You would think that, but richly white people like money, and when they feel like they can come in and give a little money and get a lot of profit, they take notice. If you notice, battle rap has been getting bigger eyes, bigger checks. You know what I'm saying? If you notice the dichotomy, how the whole caffeine thing worked, they got like $250, $250 million from Fox Corp right off the bat for caffeine as an initial investment with one other corporation, and then when they weren't showing a profit after 2 years, they needed more money. They came into an agreement with Drake and URL and gained 230,000 more subscribers, and then basically changed the business model for caffeine around so that they were going to start letting creators other than just gamers get on their platform. URL basically gave them the leverage to do that. Now you might not think about, oh, these white people don't care nothing about the Negroes doing, but to them, it's a commodity. I refuse to trust MJ, who lowered the price of his shoes and his eyes always yellowish red. He got John. I don't know what's up with MJ eyes, man. I don't know if it be all that cigar smoke, bro. I don't know what's be going on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hilarious. It amazes me how you disrespect black people in our culture, but at the same time participate in our culture. That is crazy. Let's see something. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me here. Couple more minutes. Step on. One more. Nope, that one's gonna have to wait. Anyway, let's see. Darren, who do you think they steal ideas from to get rich black people? Plus one, sir. Plus one. I timed you out by mistake. I'm so sorry. My finger pressed something random as I was talking to someone. Jewel got the heavy hands. Did you watch B. Dot Lie? He said he not helping Avo. Kudos to him, man. I know those people who are actually friends of his that are people of color. They got their own choices to make about whether they feel like his apology is sincere or going forward they don't have any type of relationship with him. It's not for me to decide. I'm not his friend. I saw B Dot's tweet, but I didn't. I saw B Dot's tweet, but I didn't. I haven't seen his live. I'm gonna have to check that out. How do I untime? You have to wait until they come back. Wait until they just send them to the abyss. This is Sparta. So is Albo officially canceled for real? For real? ARP said it in the chat. Plus, I feel like Smack knew low key. ARP said it. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. Um, I fucked with ARP heavy. He's usually a pretty objective person. Um, he's not the first, even though he's a blogger at heart. You know, he retweets my stuff. I fuck with him. He's cool. But if ARP said he not, and the biggest thing is going to be whether Smack and them are still going to let him film the other things that are outside of caffeine. Like if URL feels a certain type of way because of the business relationship that they have with caffeine, and caffeine doesn't like everything that Avo said, and basically made them all look like a bunch of idiots, then he might not work for URL. That's going to be the telltale sign. And if RBE said it don't look good, you might be back filming porn, bro. But anyway, man, I just wanted to talk to everybody about this flag and channel situation. I didn't even really mean to give it this light. It went somewhere else as far as this whole avocado thing. I guess people really wanted to talk about it. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like, subscribe to the channel, share. And again, we don't flag in a way. We have time. We will accept all smoke, though. But like I said, you get that call from heaven on high. Sometimes people look down on you, help you out. Let me see. I'm gonna miss anybody before I get out of here. Facts. Okay, hold up. Victoria's mind and opinion said facts. ARP sure did say this. Oh wow, that's heavy. Like it's so heavy. I'm gonna go and watch it, y'all. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, it's your Uncle EJ always. Stay tuned. Wave Gang Radio is gonna be doing what we do. I don't have time to go back and forth with folks over this petty stuff no more, man. So we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep doing a lot of progressive stuff. We're gonna keep doing what we do in the BRC. We still gonna be funny. We still gonna do what we do. But I don't have time to be trying to pay attention to people. Anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of y'all for rocking with one Monty.
EJ, EJ, always. EJ, EJ, always. EJ, EJ, always.